We're back, people, and today we're breaking down film on Jayden Reed, Green Bay Packers wide receiver. I was a big fan of him coming out of college, Michigan State, and you can see how his skill set has not changed at all. The quick release off the line of scrimmage, savvy route running ability. He's just very smooth at what he does. He's got a little quick twitch to his game as well. Pretty strong at the catch point throughout the preseason. I saw him have a drop, but he's been pretty nice catching with his hands, working through some contact. You know, not being the biggest guy, but I feel like he's shown a nice little physical toughness, especially because he's going to play mostly slot for the Packers, which I really like that fit, getting him involved, and he can really push vertically down the field, attack the seams, and he's shown like a nice feel of making some tough catches over the middle, which has been impressive. But here, you see him get off the line. He's facing cover one, some press man-to-man. You want to see the receivers beat press. Just a quick little split release, hard inside, get off as fast as possible, and you get even with the corner, and then you lean into him, and you break through the physicality, and he's got the quickness, speed to just create natural separation. Really good throw timing from this and placement, and Reed catches it with his hands, and he just completely won off the line of scrimmage to get away, and then showing, you know, some play strength to work through and carry into the end zone too. And you can see better from this angle how he gets held up through this route too. Like this guy is holding him right here as he's trying to create separation over the middle, which is nice to see him work through that contact. Something that's very important, especially down in the slot. And then strong hand catch. I'm a big fan of Reed's game, and I feel like, honestly, he's probably going to be my favorite receiver to watch for this team this season. I'm excited to see how it works out down in Green Bay. Got Jayden Reed at the top of this, you know, stack right here against press man-to-man again, just beating a corner off the line of scrimmage, very quick, off the ball, quick twitch, and then makes a nice adjustment at the catch point. Like to see the body control in there, working towards the middle of the field, very nice. You can see how he just wins with this quickness right here, quick twitch, boom, get to the inside, get even with the receiver. And he just creates natural separation with his athleticism, his speed, which is nice to see. You can see he's a little savvy too with his route cuts, very efficient, and then finishing at the catch point, very nice. Definitely want to see that on these types of plays. I like his fit in this offense with those other two wide receivers. Like those other two wide receivers can be vertical threats, and then Reed also can bring a vertical element to this offense from the slot. So it definitely can, you know, open things up down the field for other receivers, just being vertical stretchers. And you can just see how he makes this adjustment. Nice hand catch, going up, attacking this ball at this highest point. Has to slow down, make an adjustment, tracks it all the way through, pulls it down, and the ball's, you know, a little thrown behind, so it allows him to make a nice contested catch once the corner is able to catch up to him. So very good play there from Jayden Reed. Great to see him run the slot fade on 3rd and 7. You know, get a little, you know, fancy in his route there. He draws the pass interference. Would like to see him, you know, finish this, obviously, down the line. This is only, you know, small sample size of him working vertically at the NFL level. But you can see he sort of, you know, at least has a plan here of attack versus this, you know, soft press look. Slide to the outside. A lot of times when receivers slide like this, they're setting up like a slant. So he's trying to set that up like he's going to slant to the inside. Get the DB to freeze his feet and then just accelerate past him. Now that he's even with the corner, he has a chance to win on this route. Works through contact. And since, you know, this DB is just threatened by Reed's speed, he ends up holding on to him, pulling it. And Reed's not able to hang on to it, but gets the pass interference call, which is nice to see. Want to see more of these reps. Reed dancing in the end zone, just having a little bit of fun. But you can definitely see that he's definitely got a comfortability in this area. I like to see that little foot fire slide to the outside. Now, if he can, you know, combine that type of play, you know, with a slant, use that exact same release on those slants, in breakers, any type in breaker, to combine that with the slot fade like that, he could be dangerous, and it will put DBs in a very tough position. Here you can see Reed just working over the middle of the field, just sitting down, finding a soft spot versus some zone coverage, and then making a nice little adjustment also while taking a hit. This is somewhere I think he can be improve and be a little bit better at too, just feeling the game out a little bit versus the zone coverage in these areas. He didn't do this a ton at Michigan State, you know, just like playing in that, you know, slot, being that middle of the field intermediate target, but it's nice to see him at least make this type of adjustment here, make a tough catch, you know, ball's thrown to that back shoulder because he loves trying to throw him away from this defender right there, and then he makes a nice catch, and he's still getting hit, hangs on to it, picks up 7 yards. Those are things that you like to see winning in many different ways. Even though that play isn't anything too crazy, it's definitely something you have to be able to do as a receiver at the NFL level. This is one of the drops that Reed had. I think it was the only drop that I saw him have, but it was a nice route. Want to see him hang on to this. You can tell he's trying to avoid that safety in space. There's some good things to take away from this play, though. Just the route. This DB has some inside leverage, and he's just, you know, attacking up here. Starts to, you know, slow down his pace, get that foot fire, and then stab hard to the outside of this guy's frame to get that inside release. Just a nice route. They are in zone, so this guy's not following him, but you can just see how his route could be very efficient. He definitely understands what he's trying to do out there. And then once he creates this, separation over the middle, he gets his head around, knows that it's zone coverage now, but he feels this safety buzzing down to take his head off. And he adjusts. Like, you can see he anticipates and feels it because he tries to adjust his angle right as he catches it. That's why he ends up dropping. So, good thing, he's anticipating, feeling this. This is what you want to do. You want to be able to avoid these guys, change up your angles as you're about to catch it. If you can actually hang on, those are something like very good wide receivers do that are very good. Like Jamar Chase is really good at this, making these adjustments, shifting your momentum as you're catching the ball. But Reed got to be able to hang on to it. You could tell, he felt that guy coming down and possibly was going to destroy him. This is where I really want to see him use, get out there and empty, have him be that number 3, number 2 to the other side, and just attack deep down the middle of the field. You get him one-on-one with some safeties. Super impressed with his route running ability down the field. He does a great job of just maintaining his acceleration through his route breaks until he gets wide here to avoid this reroute, gets back on, attacking this guy vertically. You want to eat up as much space as possible, give him a slight nod to the outside, get this guy to open up and give you the middle of the field. If the quarterback wasn't escaping the pocket, he would add a deep shot to Jayden Reed, a chance to hit him down the field. And you see he breaks the pocket. You could see the change of direction ability to boom, quick feet, boom, get out of it, just in case, the quarterback had a chance to, hit him going across. It just wasn't perfect timing there. But you can see the capability that he has on these deep vertical routes, and even, the athleticism that he showed in that play, the burst, change of direction ability, setting up your route stem, and then just giving a slight nod to the outside, which gets to the DB to move just enough without slowing down at all. Last play that we break down for Jayden Reed, nothing too crazy here, just getting involved in some blocking. I wouldn't say he's like an amazing blocker, but just nice to see him, getting out there and getting body on the defensive end and helping at least slow this guy down. He's right here basically playing as an extra tight end on this line just based on his alignment. Just getting off the ball, sort of getting your body on this guy just to hold him long enough for this cutback lane for Dylan to burst up the field. Usually, he should get destroyed here and just thrown away, tossed to the side, but he holds him, gets enough onto him, which is nice to at least showing some effort, some willingness there. Not perfect technique, not great play strength, didn't sustain or do anything crazy, but it's just nice to see him at least being involved, throw a shoulder into a defensive end, a guy who's, should be absolutely destroying him in that situation. And Reed's, not the biggest guy physically. He's not going to toss around any linebackers or anything, but this is something that is definitely helpful. And then as a route runner, I pretty much like everything that he has to offer to his game. I feel like he's pretty well-rounded from his release packages to route running, athleticism. At the catch point, I think he can still improve, but he's not bad there at all. He's a great downfield tracker, makes plays downfield really well. Just got to feel a little more comfortable working towards the middle, especially when he's playing slot in this Packers offense. And then he's a pretty good threat at all 3 levels. He's decent after the catch, good anticipation skills. I saw that at Michigan State for sure, and you could see a little bit on the limited sample size he's had for the Packers so far. So I'm excited to watch him play this season. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.